What's up, everybody? It's your favorite pink-faced, red-eyed bandit's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the Toys R Us exclusive 2-pack Marvel Legends Shuri and Klaw. Not a whole lot to talk about, but just get through the figures, so let's go ahead and get started. And we'll start with Shuri. She has this spear. It's actually pretty well done. It's sculpted like wood grain on brown plastic, and then the silver is painted on. The red, I think, is a separate piece. And then the gold is painted on that. They could have painted the feathers, you know, dolled them up a little bit, but I guess that would have been asking too much. That would have been asking for the world, and they just don't have the world to give. And then she has this cape, which I guess is an accessory. It fits her body quite nicely. Like, it's sculpted really well to kind of go over her shoulders. And then I guess she technically has this necklace as an accessory, which I would have preferred obviously been sculpted, but, you know, money. So this is done very well. Gray, the feathers, and then they're all dry brushed with the white, and then the purple cape. So let's talk about her. Face sculpt is done extremely well. Eyes are painted like a metallic white, looks very sharp. Ball is on, head is on a ball hinge rather, so we get jammed up a little bit. I thought I broke it. I swear to God, I thought I broke it. But you get back to there. Let's see if we can't get the head back on. But, you know, kind of destroys the sculpt. But you can, you know, you can always tweak it for a photo or something to make it work. And then down to there, once again, destroys the sculpt. If you're not destroying the sculpt, like, yeah, probably there-ish. Still pretty good. And then the swivel. That head keeps popping off on me. So, not bad at all. The necklace actually is sculpted pretty well, too, in the sense of how it fits on her body. So I'm okay with that. Balls... Sorry, folks, but for you young, impressionable lads out there that may not understand, this is a shoulder. Shoulders. Shoulders. Not balls. Shoulders. Shoulders are on ball hinges. They get you all the way up and around. No problems there. No bicep swivel, but you do get it at the elbow. I'm having problems with anatomy today. What is going on? And that gets you a little past 90 degrees, so that's fine. The gloves are painted on, and then the black is painted on the gloves, and then the black is painted on the hands, which are cast in that plastic. And it's a swiveled hinge that gets you in, out, or up, down, I guess. But the hand can't move around it, so whatever you want to do, you got to do it, which is fine. I think had the hinge been in the palm of the hand, it would have been more appropriate. You know, it's up and down here too, which is okay for the spear hand, but I think for the claw hand, it'd been best to have, you know, this sort of motion. That's just me. Then we had the floating belt. She's part of the X-Men. Floating belt there. And then we have a ball joint. Let's see if I can't fix that off camera for good. We'll see. Ball joint for the diaphragm works pretty well. And I think it's an appropriate body choice for her as well, so that's cool. I'm good with that. T-jointed ball joints for hips get you out to there. Front and back to there, so a little limited, but not the worst in the world. Thigh swivel. This one's actually sitting out a bit loose. I can't get it all the way in, so to speak. This one's much better. Double jointed knee, that's probably an individual results very type of thing too. And then the darker turquoise or whatever is painted down here, the blue-gray is painted down here, and then the straps are all painted, and painted very clean. You know, of course it would have been better if it was sculpted, but you know how that goes. And then the foot, same type of deal as the hands. The black is painted clean on there. Ankle tilt. This is a tight joint too, man. Down. Up. And a rocker, and I am leaving that alone because that is a really tight tolerance. So, you know, not the worst figure, but not the best. I think she'll do her job quite nicely, you know, on a shelf, but nothing really spectacular here. Which brings us to Klaw, and he's actually really well done, at least I think. And then we have this accessory, which I don't think we've ever seen these before. Kidding. Now, his head sculpt, beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. All the parts of the helmet are sculpted. The little grooves in the face are sculpted. The face is painted with the pink. It's a red plastic base, and it's kind of like the metallic flecked-ish, so it looks good. Paint, pink paint, black paint, red paint, yellow paint, purple paint, white paint, all on one piece of plastic from Hasbro. I like it. Let's back out. So, obviously ball hinge head, but it works really well all the way up, most of the way down, so no issues there. Swivel up, yeah, no issues, works beautiful. Butterfly joint that works like a champ all the way back, and the fluidity of the sculpt is kept pretty well, the integrity of it, and then all the way, like a fair bit forward as well. And then the back muscles are all painted on the butterfly joint and on the, you know, on the front as well, so no complaints. Ball hinge shoulder gets you up to there, so no issues. All the way around, no issues. Bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, wrist swivel and hinge in out. And on this side we have his kind of weapon. I got a little bit of red paint. This is all done in this plastic, and then the red is painted on. I think it probably would have been best to go the other way, but whatever, I'm not calling the shots. Metallic flecked, this swivels around, but it doesn't really do you much good. Decent enough sculpt though. We got a ab crunch, gets you a good bit forward and back. They stop sculpting at about halfway up, so, you know, not the best, but not the worst either, I guess. Waist swivel, that looks a little crazy because it destroys the sculpt, but it's fine. T-jointed ball joints for hips, they get you out to there. Front and back to there, so not the best. And then we have his shorts are painted on, they're not sculpted, but the purple is painted clean. It matches, which is nice, and then the black outlines are done fairly well as well, so no real issues for me. Thigh swivel, double jointed knee, boot swivel, which is, you know, a cost doing business, but I'm okay with it. Ankle tilt up, tilt down, and rocker. So this is actually a really well done figure, because all they really had to do was nail the head and paint it clean, and they did. And simply because I can, there he is with the old Toy Biz one, which you can usually find in a bargain bin at any comic book convention for like $5. You know, these figures are beloved to a lot of people. I'm not sure they really deserve all the love that they get. Like, they're painted to the nines, a lot of them, and they're sculpted decently and all that kind of stuff. I definitely agree there. But like some of the decisions, like these disc hinges for hips, these wide jointed disc hinges for hips, like I hate stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, I think it's definitely worth the switch up. Final thoughts wise, I think it's a decent enough set. I think that Klaw is the standout figure from it, but having a Shuri never hurts, especially with the hype around Black Panther that's coming out soon. I think a lot of people want to add that character to their ranks, and they may want a more comic accurate version than anything the movie may have to offer. So it's a recommend from me. Just know that one is definitely stronger than the other. But overall, I think it's a pretty decent use of both molds, and allows the opportunity to have two characters that aren't super popular that they may never release in a regular line. I think there's some weird decisions made in terms of where the hinge was on her hand. I would have rather her boots been sculpted, like the wraps and clings and stuff and all like that, but for the most part, as far as Hasbro mainline kind of 6-inch figures go, they're pretty decent releases. So that's what I got. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.